I'm here with Intel field engineer Ramon Crespo, joining us via Microsoft Teams from his home office. Ramon, thank you so much for joining us, my friend.
Thank you. Super excited to be here, Seth.
All right, let's start with the basics. Tell us about the Microsoft Intel partnership. What's the latest for developers?
We've brought a ton for developers. And one of the things that I'm super excited to be showcasing is confidential computing. Confidential computing being when a project's data and code are in use, and there's some confidentiality terms that need to be associated to that. We have one of our partners, Bosch, showcasing an edgeless system developed around autonomous driving. As you can imagine, autonomous vehicles collect a lot of information that can have personal identifiable information, say somebody's face or a license plate number. What the thing that happens is that you couldn't use real world data that to train on a blur or synthetic data, because that would lead to less accurate models when you put in a little blurred face or a license plate that is blurred out. So Bosch is utilizing Intel SGX, Azure Confidential Computing, during data ingestion. The raw footage is extracted in an enclave and stored securely. Training is done in another SGX enclave. This allows Bosch to take advantage of personal identifying information to train for more accurate models while still being safe on all the privacy concerns.
I love how you can use confidential computing to make AI even better. Is this something that developers can use today, though?
The latest confidential computing VM is now generally available. This VM, DCSV3, has more than 1,500x more EPC gen over gen. The EPC is used for the trusted execution environment, which is the enclave that helps protect the data in use, which I mentioned before. And this allows developers to run even bigger workloads in enclave, and we work with Microsoft to build that ecosystem of partners to help take advantage of the power of confidential computing. We have ISV solutions from Decentric and Fortanix, all available in the Azure Marketplace, as well as open source solutions like Grammy.
I mean, this is all really great. You know that I love AI, and I know from talking to the folks who participated in the OpenCV Spatial AI contest that Intel sponsored, that you also have some great stories around Edge AI. Anything we should be looking for during Microsoft Build?
Hey, let's give it a shout out to the OpenCV Spatial contest. What a great time. You know, shout out to Azure AI and OpenCV as well as OpenVINO with the Polar Beetle Buster, where they were identifying the little beetle to reduce the use of pesticides and then just apply it on a specific beetle. Excellent. And using Intel distribution on OpenVINO toolkit. Wow. You know, I'm happy to announce that we partnered with Scalar.ai to create sample codes on some of the cases that are built on EFLOW and OpenVINO, manufacturer defect detection and worker safety, as well as danger zone prevention in an industrial environment. So with the defect detection, you can detect defects on impellers in the manufacturing line, and in the danger zone, you can actually have machines shut down after they identify a worker is there, and it helps prevent accidents. The sample code is available now on GitHub with some tutorials on how to use it. I hope the developers have an easier time implementing all these solutions.
That's really cool. I love getting my hands on some code. So you mentioned EFLOW and OpenVINO. I've heard about OpenVINO from past conversations. How are these two related?
Right. So let's talk about EFLOW to start with. Edge Linux on Windows. Essentially a way to deploy containerized Linux workloads on a Windows IoT deployment on Intel platforms. This technology is a Microsoft technology and is delivered by Microsoft on both Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC 2019 and LTSC 2021. The great news is that it has been enhanced with Intel integrated GPU acceleration for AI workloads on LTSC 2021. This is using Intel distribution for OpenVINO, which is a great feature that you can get to unlock additional power by using your integrated GPU that is typically in most laptops.
This is amazing. It's been a ton of cool stuff with hardware, confidential compute, AI. I also heard something about an augmented reality experience. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, you should be having a QR code on the screen right now. Our little button Chuck is up to no good, or I should say plenty of good. So, you know, this little demonstration is to showcase the explainable and explainable AI. So you get to see how these two AI functionalities that are implemented in a little AR fun scenario.
Yeah, and you know, I'm a huge fan of doing AI responsibly, so I myself will make sure to go over and participate a little bit. Ramon, you're an awesome dude. This has been amazing. For those watching, be sure to visit Intel in the Featured Partner Showcase to find all the sessions they are participating in, plus other great resources curated for you there. Ramon, thank you for joining us, my friend.
No, thank you. It was my pleasure.
You're the best.